Dallas police are working a unique murder case where the killer has surgically removed victim Mary Pratt's eyeballs. 2 months later, they have a second victim whose eyes have also been removed.
This was the second case where they'd been removed. And again, it shows there that they were probably removed by extreme precision.
When you looked at her from the outside, their eyelids looked normal. There's no disruption of the eyelid, upper or lower. There's no cuts, tears, or anything unusual. This indicated some degree of care or skill being able to remove an eye from the front like that.
We're not talking about a violent pulling of eyes out of a socket. We're talking about taking time and being very methodical and performing surgery after death to remove the eyes. Why would a killer do it? What motivation would he have after he's already killed the woman to take the time? This is time that he could be getting caught.
The second victim's fingerprints are sent for identification, and the results come as a shock to officers Regina Smith and John Matthews.
Once the fingerprints came back, Dallas County advised us that the second victim was identified as 27-year-old Susan Peterson.
Like the first victim, Susan Peterson was a prostitute in the Oak Cliff neighborhood of Dallas.
I knew Susan very well, and Susan was one of the more outgoing, more social women. To see that there is somebody hunting down women on my beat made it very personal to me.
I saw Susan Peterson before she was killed, and she told me that I would be proud of her because she was clean now and that she was getting married. I said, well, I'm happy for you. She said, well, I just hope you find who killed Mary.
Perhaps we had a crazy doctor or surgeon because the taking of the eyeballs was done with such surgical precision. They said that he would be connected to the neighborhood where the bodies were found, someone that frequented prostitutes.
My experience with serial sexual killers is that they will craft a lifestyle around themselves, and that can include the type of work that they do, when they go to work, who they pick as a wife or a partner that won't question them when they go out late at night, all in an effort to continue this behavior that is so important to them.
The police department has female officers who had been ordered to be prostitute decoys to try to pick up the John. There were undercover officers who were photographing license plates of any car going by.
The girls still only talk to us. The girls knew that we cared about them, that we were looking out for them, and that we didn't want them to be the next victim. They were scared. They were scared they were going to be murdered and their eyes cut out.
1 month passes, and their war rooms are full of diagrams and maps up on the bulletin boards. They're doing everything they can to find a suspect, and they can't find one.
The case seems to have gone cold.
About a month after Susan Peterson was killed, my partner and I ran into Veronica Rodriguez again.
We knew that she was out doing a trick, and immediately Veronica ran to us and said, "Don't arrest him, don't arrest him." She said, "He's the one that saved me. He's the one I told you about," referring to her previous story that she had told us about escaping from possibly being murdered.
It was a gentleman known as Axton Schindler.
Investigators hope Axton Schindler might be able to tell them more information about Mary Pratt's murder. If Veronica Rodriguez's story is true, Schindler is a possible witness to a homicide.
His nickname was Speedy because he talked very quickly, like someone on speed. He's a very strange guy.
I said, Veronica said that you saved her that night. Is this true? What went on that night? And he was very dismissive to me. He wouldn't even answer. He was like, I don't know. He never said yes or no. He just threw his hands up. It seemed like he was more frustrated about being caught
Axton Schindler proves to be an uncooperative witness. Investigators don't know if he's just worried about being caught with a prostitute or if he might know something about the night Mary died.
My partner and I just took all of his information. He gave me a driver's license with the address of 1035 El Dorado. I knew that there was something funny going on. El Dorado was in North Oak Cliff, and I knew that where Mary's body was found was way south of Oak Cliff. So I knew the difference between where Veronica Rodriguez said she escaped and ran to his house than to 1035 El Dorado, way on the other side of town. My partner and I told the story of Veronica Rodriguez to Homicide Division, but it's coming from two young rookie officers on the street, and I'm sure they did their job and tried to take it seriously, but at that time, we never heard back from them.
Axton Schindler remains a person of interest, but police are forced to let him go.